अंग्रेजी की पाठशाला में तारा स्वागत है. And such nouns are known as. For inanimate objects, the possessive, there are four key exceptions. It is an expression of frustration and impatience to do something as much as one wants. Now it means that you don't give a damn. This is extremely important. So you should just come closer to the screen and listen. अंग्रेजी की पाठशाला में तारा स्वागत है. And today is day 12 and we're doing awesome. So today we complete the noun case and we also complete the noun as a part of speech. Now we're going to study use of the possessive case. So the possessive case is chiefly used with the names of living things. And such nouns are known as animate nouns. So nouns that refer to living beings, people or animals. Now this is simple. Let's take a few examples. Hirsch's laptop or Hirsch's phone. Then we have children's book, lion's mane, a student's register. For inanimate objects, the possessive is typically formed by using the preposition of. For example, the legs of a table or the legs of the table. We do not say a table's legs or the table's legs. No. Similarly, we say the wheels of a bicycle. We don't say the bicycle's wheels. Right. So the thing is, we are not using apostrophe S, we're using the preposition of, and that's how we're creating the possessive case. Now, this is English, and there are exceptions. So even though when it comes down to inanimate objects, we do not use apostrophe S, but we actually do. So there are four key exceptions, and let's discuss them. So the first exception is personification. And you know this already, I think, that when objects are personified, that is, they are treated as if they were alive. For example, nature's beauty, right? Nature is an inanimate noun, but in this particular case, it is treated as if it were alive because nature is treated as a person who possesses beauty. Nature, this particular noun, has been personified. Another example could be death's door. Now, death again, it is an inanimate noun, but again it's treated as if it is a person whose property is a door. Grief's embrace. Again, grief is treated as a person who can hug someone, right? Grief's embrace. A city's heart. Now, a city does not have a heart, right? But again, city is treated as a person who has a heart. Personification. Now, the second exception is time and measurement. For example, a kilometer's radius. Similarly, a foot's length. Now, the third exception is phrases. So there are certain idiomatic phrases that are the way they are, right? So they use an apostrophe S, and yes, they are in the possessive case. I've given this example before. For goodness sake. It is an expression of frustration and impatience, right? For goodness sake, turn down the music. Another one is to his heart's content. Now, this particular phrase means to do something as much as one wants, to do something until you feel fully satisfied. So yes, to one's heart's content. Now, an example could be, in my case, I read fiction novels to my heart's content. I love fiction novels, and yes, it means I read fiction novels as much as I wanted to, until I felt satisfied. A pin's worth. A pin's worth means something that is of very low value. For example, what other people say is of a pin's worth to me. Now it means that you don't give a damn. The fourth Exception is geographical or political entities. For example, India's economy. Now, let's say India's economy is booming. Another example could be Asia's population. And then, yeah, there can be a lot of examples. A city's infrastructure or Delhi's pollution. Delhi's pollution is perturbing. Now, perturbing means disturbing or unsettling, right? Something that causes anxiety. Well, it truly is like that. Now, I must tell you this. This is extremely important. So you should just come closer to the screen and listen. So, so the thing is, all of what I said, all of what I explained, these are not strict or stringent grammatical rules. It is a strong stylistic tradition in English. So, what I'm saying is, it is okay to say the logo of a company instead of a company's logo. So, it is a lot to do with style and how natural something sounds. So, it is grammatically correct to say the logo of a company, but the company's logo is something that's considered more natural. Now there will be situations where using the preposition of is going to create a sentence that's going to be grammatically incorrect. For example, for goodness sake. Now if I say for sake of goodness, right, that's just weird. Now this brings me to an important point, that you must always remember that the possessive case is used to show possession or ownership. It is at the heart of it all. For example, it's better to say the defeat of an enemy instead of an enemy's defeat, because possessive is used to show ownership or possession. Now, yes, let's end the video. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, as always, have a lovely, beautiful life. So, today we are going to discuss the use of the possessive case